In Staten Island, New York, a guy singled out someone's car parked in their driveway and began attacking it with a tool or something similar. It's really despicable to vandalize someone's property like that. The homeowner reported the incident to the police, and thankfully, this guy was arrested. Two men dressed in black attempted to kick in someone's door in Reno, Nevada. Fortunately, their efforts were futile as they couldn't break in, likely due to being both weak and foolish. Their misfortune continued as they wrecked on the corner of Taylor and Cordone and were subsequently arrested by the police. In Reedville, North Carolina, a troubling incident was caught on video involving an elderly man with dementia being taken advantage of by a woman who kept asking him for money. Concerned about her 85-year-old father being exploited, the man's daughter took action and secretly installed a hidden camera in his house.
Hey,
Come on in.
where you been? Where you been?
I just been here.
You been doing okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I brought you a biscuit.
Oh, thank you.
You been doing okay? I thought you went to one of the kids' house.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought you had been going to one of the kids.
you're all fair.
Well, thank you. Who's been helping you out?
Did I give you a little money?
Well, I was going to ask you for a favor.
Okay.
Can I borrow 5?
500. You say 500.
What you doing in here? Oh, yeah, I seen you got your britches out. You know it's supposed to rain, don't you?
Yeah.
When the woman visited, they started with small talk, but as she was leaving, she spotted the hidden camera and unplugged it, unaware of another camera recording her.
How much you need, huh? 500. Good job. I ain't got 500 on me right now. Yeah. See if I can find it.
Okay, I'm gonna peek outside.
The daughter, who set up the camera, shared the footage to stop the ongoing abuse. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this guy showed up at someone's porch to relieve himself, but then he spotted all the cameras and decided to escalate his bad behavior. Despite the owner shouting at him, he didn't seem to care and kept going.
What's up, dude? What you wanna do?
The homeowner dialed 911, and this idiot ended up getting caught. In Buffalo, New York, this guy attempted to break into an Audi, but the owner confronted him.
Hello, can you hear me? Get out! Get out! Get out now!
Upon realizing he was being watched, he quickly fled. It later came to light that he had been trying to break into other cars in the neighborhood as well. Multiple calls were made to the police about him from the neighborhood, leading to his identification and subsequent arrest. Stephanie was chilling on her couch when she spotted this lady wandering around her house. Then, out of the blue, the lady shows up at her door and asks to leave a message for the dog.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Can I leave a message for? Oh my goodness! Can I leave a message for your dog? For my dog? Yes. They're barking. Yeah, that's all.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Why would you want a message for my dog?
Because they're barking, and I just wanted to leave a message. That's all.
Okay. Well, you have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
What the fuck? Asshole.
Pretty strange, huh? Seems like this lady might be dealing with some mental stuff, don't you think? The uploader's security cams were rolling when the people from 2 cars started talking to someone walking in front of their house. We couldn't hear what they were saying, but things got heated and 2 people got out of the cars and started threatening the guy they were talking to. They even chased him up and down the street. Just then, the uploader's father came back from running errands and pulled into the driveway. The guy being chased ran towards him, hoping to get away from his attackers. The uploader's father stayed back and didn't get involved. The guy in the hoodie, who was the first to get physical, followed the victim to the door. They had a conversation, but it didn't seem like the victim believed him. Eventually, the attackers left, and the victim told the uploader's father that they had stolen some of his stuff. The uploader called the police, who managed to track down both cars and detain the people inside. One quiet morning, an unknown driver slowly drove up the street near the uploader's house. It didn't seem too strange at first, but then the driver turned around and came back. That raised some suspicion. Sure enough, he parked his car just within view of the security camera and confidently walked up. After checking around for any onlookers, he started removing the motor from the boat. He kept glancing around the whole time, but there was no one nearby to stop him. Once he detached the motor, he struggled a bit to carry it, but eventually got it back to his car and left. The uploader reported the theft to the police, and it even made the local news, but the thief was never caught. The boat motor was worth $3,000, so it's a significant loss for the uploader. Jake's doorbell camera captured an interesting guest. This individual, wearing a top hat, approached his door, pretending to be on the phone. She sat on the porch as if lost, while others passed by without paying her any attention. After taking a sip from her drink, she glanced at the doorbell camera before casually leaning backward. When she stood back up, she mysteriously had a package she didn't previously possess. Then, she made herself and the package disappear. Jake returned home just after this incident. Fortunately, the online store refunded the value of the stolen product. One ordinary day, a family was enjoying themselves when suddenly, a fire broke out in the room where the grandpa was having his meal. He didn't notice at first, but a lady rushed in and pulled him out just in time.
Fire! 911! Fire! Come on, Lori. Oh my God!
No, well,
It's the camera. It's the camera. Come on. Come on, Lori.
let me have this.
No, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. Get him out. Oh, here, with the walker, Walker, your walker. The candle on the...
What the hell happened?
The candle. You have him. Get in there. Let me have it. Go. Right? It's a pin out.
Bucket of water. Here, give me that.
Doesn't work. The pin is not coming out.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
No.
Turn it on.
fire spread, filling the room with smoke. But fortunately, the fire department arrived quickly and managed to stop it from getting worse. Thankfully, nobody in the family was harmed, but some valuable belongings were destroyed in the fire. On May 9th, 2023, on Wilbraham Road in Fallowfield, a lowlife was cruising along on his bike when he spotted an elderly woman. He hopped off his ride, and at that moment, the woman, in her 70s, was just checking her bin. Without warning, this jerk grabbed her, trying to snatch her gold bangles. Luckily, a taxi driver passing by saw what was happening and jumped into action. He got out of his cab, chased the thief, and even alerted another taxi driver. Despite the Good Samaritan's efforts, the thief managed to pedal away empty-handed. But karma caught up with him when the cops nabbed him later, and now he's serving time behind bars where he belongs. A small fire sparked in a house, initially appearing unremarkable, but it quickly escalated, engulfing the entire home. Onlookers gathered and contacted the fire department. It must have been devastating for the family to watch their house burn before them. The fire department arrived after 7 minutes and successfully extinguished the flames, but the damage was already done. While no humans lost their lives, the family's pets were trapped inside and perished. The destruction caused by this fire cannot be undone. This duo thought they could sneak into a house, but they didn't count on the homeowner being wide awake and ready. As soon as they tried to open the door, they realized they'd been busted and made a run for it.
I'm finna shoot you. I got my gun. Hold on. Step right there. Step right there. Hey, you going around?
lucked out that the homeowner didn't decide to exercise their Second Amendment rights, or things could have turned out very differently for them. Late one night, these two guys show up at someone's place and start raiding the mailbox like it's no big deal, totally ignoring the camera. Once they snagged what they were after, they bolted. Mail theft in the US has been on the rise lately, especially with checks and important documents getting swiped. These crooks often use tools to crack open mailboxes or even phishing gadgets to snag the goods. If you find yourself a victim of this nonsense or suspect some shady business with your mail, it's best to report it pronto to the Postal Inspection Service. That way, you can help put a stop to it and hopefully catch those sneaky thieves in the act. A fire ignited in a house due to a wire sparking, rapidly spreading and destroying many valuable items. Fortunately, nobody was home except for the fish in a small aquarium, who were unharmed. The fire department arrived just in time to save them, but the extensive damage to the house will be costly to repair. In Lenasia, two guys pulled off a brazen daylight attack on an unsuspecting victim, assaulting him and making off with his belongings. Fortunately, the Lenasia SAPs and the Lenasia CPF were on the ball. They not only caught the two assailants, but also a third accomplice. These arrests weren't just about this one incident. They were involved in a string of crimes across the area. Charges piled on them include armed robbery, property damage, and using tools for car theft. Looks like their crime spree came to an abrupt end. Two individuals arrived at a house with keys in hand, attempting to unlock the door, but unfortunately, they had the wrong ones.
No more, so just lay down. I'm not trying to hurt you. Okay? Move.
Despite their efforts, they were unsuccessful and eventually left. Fortunately, they were unable to force entry. Otherwise, the situation could have been much worse. It's a reminder to be mindful of your keys. For those unaware, burglars frequently target empty homes, especially during the day, as it allows them to go unnoticed while assuming residents are away. This guy had the nerve to approach someone's house in broad daylight and attempt a break-in, even with the homeowner inside. He didn't care, even when the homeowner verbally confronted him and persisted in trying to open the door.
Knock on the door, bro. Look. You knock on the door? What? Did you knock on the door? Look. No. Look at it. Look. Did you knock on the door? What? Look. Did you not look at it? Why did you knock on the door? Hello? This is a fire, look at.
Eventually, he gave up and fled.
What is this for? Look. Oh, the fire alarm?
This guy's audacity is truly unbelievable. Late one night, two guys thought they could score a Range Rover for themselves. They pulled up near the vehicle and attempted to unlock it, but as luck would have it, the alarm blared to life, sending them running for the hills. Talk about instant karma. It's oddly satisfying to see their thieving scheme foiled like that. Check out this guy going around to different apartments with a trash bag, trying doors. Seriously, man. Find something better to do with your time. Check out these dudes snagging candies on Halloween night.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, that's what you take? Yeah, drink? All it is some bum ass LaCroix. I want it. Wait, where are you? Go to Damien. Who's Daddy Damien? Huh? Wait. Is this for us? Wait. Please take one or more. Alright, hey, give me a juice number. Alright. Huh?
My dad said I just put it in.
My dad in the pool.
Your daddy? Hey, what's up, daddy?
Huh? You making blue?
What's up, daddy?
Fucking after from the water monkey. Take the whole thing. I dropped where items. Hey, give it to Damien.
The homeowner probably ain't thrilled about it. Looks like they scored quite the candy haul. In Nashville, Tennessee, a group of young guys targeted a car parked in someone's driveway, trying to unlock it and swipe some stuff.
His window very weak.
How to see. He always but you ain't doing the system though. Hey, y'all mother got some gloves, right? Yeah.
Fortunately, the homeowner was alerted to the situation and scared them off, then promptly reported the incident to the police. This guy turned up at someone's place and started messing with the door, trying to get inside. Burglars usually get into homes through easy access points. 34% go through the front door, often finding it unlocked. 23% use first-floor windows, and 22% opt for the back door. Garages and second-floor windows are also popular entry points. Typically, burglars are after easily portable and valuable stuff like cash, jewelry, and electronics, things they can grab quickly and sell easily. Picture this. You're enjoying some quiet family time when suddenly, out of nowhere, a deer crashes through your house. Yep, that's exactly what happened in a home in Texas.
Don't move. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Seriously, go outside. It'll damage things. Just hold on. I have no idea. Call 911.
After that, Shelton and I got out of the house early.
Nathan?
I'm sorry I don't make you feel bad, but at the end of the day, she was wrong.
She's trying to get out. It'll get out.
Oh, no, but the door won't open. It's gonna go through the door.
Did it right?
2801, there's a deer.
The startled couple wasted no time and called the police, who responded swiftly and safely escorted the deer back to where it belongs. Talk about an unexpected visitor. This lady walking by someone's property decided to check their mailbox, taking out some envelopes. However, it seems she didn't find anything to her liking, so she left without taking anything. It's possible this lady may have some sort of mental issue. To prevent mail theft, it's advisable not to leave mail in the mailbox for too long. Promptly retrieving mail soon after delivery can significantly reduce the risk of theft. On February 8, 2023, an elderly man was just going about his business when a car pulled up and two guys jumped out. They didn't waste a second, launching an attack on the poor guy, assaulting him, and then making off with his car. Thankfully, the neighbors sprang into action. One lady snapped some pics of the culprits, while others dialed up the cops. By the time the police arrived, the thieves had vanished, but those photos did the trick. One of them ended up spending the night in the local hospital due to his injuries, where the police nabbed him, and the other two were caught soon after. And guess what? They got back the stolen car too. It's good to see them getting what they deserve. These two were out prowling around at night, trying car doors to swipe some rides, but the neighborhood wasn't having it. They got several calls to the police. Thankfully, the cops were on the ball and responded fast. They caught these two red-handed. Of course, they weren't going down without a fight, so a little chase went down before they were finally nabbed and slapped with cuffs. Down in New Orleans, this guy thought he'd try his luck breaking into a house, testing doors and windows like it was no big deal, but he didn't realize he was caught on camera. When the homeowner called him out, he bolted.
Get away from there! I call the cops!
And hey, just a heads up for those who aren't in the know, burglaries tend to spike during the summer months, especially in the daytime between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. when folks are more likely to be out and about. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, this duo approached someone's property and proceeded to slash the tires of this one particular car, leaving the others untouched.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Either they were upset with the owner of that car and expressed their anger this way, or they were just playing a prank. If it's a prank, then grow up, kids. This isn't a harmless joke. It's causing trouble and inconvenience. Over in Oakland, California, this guy thought he'd try his luck breaking into a house under the cover of night, but guess what? The homeowner wasn't having it. They dialed up the police. Turns out, this idiot got nabbed just a few blocks away. Quick thinking by the homeowner, keeping your property well lit and minimizing hidden outdoor spots can make it less enticing for burglars. Motion detecting lights, in particular, can be a game changer. This guy went to an apartment and snatched packages from there. Even when the owner yelled at him, he didn't care and ran away. The apartment's on the 3rd floor, but he managed to grab packages from every level. Lots of people in the building called the cops on him, and you know what? They caught him. In Little Rock, Arkansas, this guy was creeping up on a house, totally clueless that the homeowner had their eyes on him. As soon as the homeowner shouted, he beat a hasty retreat.
Keep it going. Keep it going. You can steal from the wrong. I tell you that. Keep your ass going. Keep your ass going. Then you get a tap in your ass.
Turns out, this wasn't his first rodeo. He'd been targeting their place and even caused some damage in the past. But this time, the homeowner was prepared. They called the cops, and sure enough, this guy got busted. Justice served. This idiot rolls up to a place late at night and swipes the rocking chair right off the porch. I mean, seriously, what's wrong with people these days? Late one night, this lady shows up at someone's house trying to get onto their porch. When she can't crack open the gate, she heads for the back door. Turns out, she was going door to door, asking for money, but some folks in the neighborhood found her actions fishy and called the cops. When the police showed up, they discovered that she was actually homeless. In Atlanta, Georgia, Steve's photographer swung by his house. They had a brief chat, but then this other guy, wearing a white t-shirt, showed up, claiming to be the FedEx driver.
Okay. Alright, opening the door, and then I'm gonna go straight to the alarm. Okay, I opened up the door into the house, but the alarm didn't go off.
Okay, so it's not beeping, then turning this alarm, so that's good. Alright, so, and you know the Yes.
Okay, and you should be able to see the Brazilians for the ones that didn't show up. Just call me if you need anything. I'm going to take part until you're done.
Okay, no problem.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man? How can I help you?
I called FedEx. They told me, they do the delivery for address. Gave Thomas.
Instead of delivering packages, though, he brazenly swiped them from the porch and made a run for it.
For this address?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the wrong address?
Yeah. Yeah, Thomas. Thank you, man.
Hey, that's my package. Can you put my package back on my porch, please?
Thank you.
No problem.
You taking my package?
Package theft in the U.S. is a big problem, impacting millions of households. In 2023 alone, an estimated 113 million packages were snatched, showing a slight uptick from the previous year. These stolen packages are usually valued at under $100, often around $50 each, adding up to a whopping annual loss of around $6 billion. In Brooklyn, New York, this guy casually passing by thought it was a great idea to swipe a package from someone's porch. It's like some folks these days couldn't care less about cameras and being caught on tape. Can you believe it? This food delivery driver had the audacity to swipe the food from the very house he was supposed to deliver to. Talk about nerve. He even had the gall to snap a picture before making a run for it with the food. Little did he know, he was being recorded. The homeowner must have been fuming. They ended up filing a complaint with the restaurant. As for what happened to that creep, well, who knows? But karma has a funny way of catching up with people like him. Around 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, 4 intoxicated guys were stumbling around when they decided to snatch a rooster decoration from the Rose Cafe restaurant.
Wait. My rooster.
Shit, stay in the back of my
I got a rooster.
It's a pretty low move, isn't it? Drinking and then causing trouble for others. It's just not cool. In Brooklyn, New York, this guy waltzes into a business's basement and helps himself to a teammate's backpack. The way he pulled it off makes it seem like he's pretty familiar with the place and knew exactly what he was up to, don't you think? In the Bronx, New York, this guy swings by someone's place and helps himself to the packages, totally ignoring the fact that he's being recorded. It's a common thing, especially during the holiday season when online shopping and package deliveries go up. This problem hits a lot of people, with nearly 1 in 4 adults in the US saying they've had a package stolen in the last year. This trio snuck into an apartment complex, first disabling the doorbell camera to avoid detection. Then, they headed upstairs and swiped packages before breaking into an apartment and making off with valuables. The theft was reported, and the police managed to catch them red-handed. This guy rocked up at a house and nabbed a package from the porch. Quick-thinking homeowner called the cops, and boom, they nabbed the thief. Just an FYI, states like Texas, Washington, Nevada, and California report some of the highest levels of concern about package theft. Maybe it's because they see more theft, or just feel the impact of the problem more. In Kansas City, Missouri, a duo had some sinister plans when they targeted a house. They attempted to break in through a window, and after some struggle, they succeeded. Once inside, they threatened the homeowner and proceeded to steal valuables from the house. Despite being considered a violent crime, actual violence in burglaries is rare. Only about 7% of these incidents result in violence. And even then, severe violence is uncommon. In broad daylight, this trio set their sights on someone's scooter and managed to snatch it without getting caught. The owner reported the theft to the police, and while the scooter was recovered, those guys are still out there causing trouble. A duo broke into a house and snatched the car keys. Once they had the keys, they hopped into the car and shifted into reverse, triggering the reversing lights. But here's where things went south. The car's automatic system released the handbrake, and as they put it in reverse, the Auto Watch Ghost Immobilizer 2 kicked in. This system is designed to prevent the engine from starting without the correct disarm sequence, even if you have the keys. The thief tried multiple times to restart the engine, but the immobilizer kept it from firing up. Frustrated, they couldn't get the car moving properly, and it rolled backward down the steep driveway, finally coming to a stop in the road, blocking traffic. With no other choice, defeated by the immobilizer, the thief ditched the car and fled in their getaway vehicle. This burglar took "where there's a will, there's a way" to heart and cleverly maneuvered through the electric fence to gain entry to the home. Seems like the electric fence wasn't installed properly if it couldn't keep him out. On February 28, 2024, in Eunice, Louisiana, this guy broke into an unlocked vehicle and stole items from it. The incident was reported to the police, but the guy hasn't been caught yet. In Great Falls, Montana, this dude rolls up to someone's place around 1 a.m. and helps himself to a child's bike. The family filed a police report the next morning, but as of now, this guy's still out there, flying under the radar and hasn't been nabbed yet. In Gloucestershire, England, back in March 2024, a group of 3 decided to hit up an ATM late at night. Their plan? They rigged the machine with explosives, blew it up, but somehow the cash inside remained untouched. They grabbed the loot and made a swift getaway. Now, the cops are on their tails, thinking they might be behind other similar heists in the area. There was an attempted burglary on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, in the 25,100 block of Ridge Rardee, Montgomery County, Maryland. 2 males tried to break into a residential complex and bike lockers at that location, but couldn't get in. The district investigative section is asking for the public's help to identify these 2 suspects involved in the attempted burglary. This guy had the nerve to sneak up to someone's unlocked car at night and swipe some papers before making a quick getaway. Seems like those papers were pretty important. That's why it's always important to lock your cars. You can prevent this kind of theft from happening to you. Late at night, a guy sneaked onto someone's porch and swiped some stuff before making a run for it. What he didn't realize was that he was caught on camera. The owner reported the theft to the police, leading to the guy's identification and subsequent arrest. This guy was going around trying car doors in the neighborhood when he stumbled upon one that was left unlocked. Without hesitation, he hopped in and drove off with it. A police report was filed, but as of now, the guy hasn't been caught and the car hasn't been recovered. Here's hoping they catch him soon and the car gets back to its rightful owner. A burglary occurred on February 17, 2024 at 898 Fern Avenue SE, Atlanta, Georgia. Officers from Atlanta Police Zone 3 responded to the scene after receiving a report of the burglary. The suspect broke into the residence by forcibly breaking through a window and proceeded to steal multiple items. The Atlanta Police Department's burglary unit has released a video of the suspect and is seeking assistance from the public to identify them. In the Bronx, New York, this guy strolled up to someone's house, snagged a package, and just casually sauntered off. And for those who aren't aware, younger generations, especially Generation Z, tend to experience more package theft. They're big on online shopping, so it kind of makes sense that they're targeted more often. In Windsor Mill, Maryland, this guy thought it was a bright idea to swipe someone's stuff. Well, he ended up getting arrested for that stunt. This guy walks up to someone's porch when the owner's away and swipes a package. The homeowner did call the police, but the guy managed to slip away. Package theft is still a big worry in the US, affecting a ton of people every year. Nearly half of all Americans have dealt with package theft at some point, and a good chunk of them have had it happen recently. In broad daylight, this guy had the audacity to approach someone's place and swipe packages. It's a messed up world when people think they can just take whatever they want without permission. Despite the rampant issue of package theft, many consumers are taking proactive measures to protect their deliveries. This includes installing surveillance cameras, using package receiving services, or arranging for deliveries when someone is home. E-commerce companies and delivery services are also stepping up with new technologies to combat this problem, like real-time tracking and secure delivery options such as Amazon's Key, which allows for packages to be securely placed inside a home or garage. A guy showed up at someone's property wielding a bat. He smashed the windows of both parked vehicles and then made a run for it. The incident was reported to the police, and thankfully, this guy was arrested. It's despicable to vandalize someone's property like that, isn't it? A duo approached someone's car and swiftly stole it using a relay attack. In under 30 seconds, they were driving off with the car. This method involves using electronic devices to intercept and relay signals from a car key fob that uses keyless entry, enabling them to unlock and start the car. To prevent such attacks, it's recommended to store key fobs in signal-blocking pouches. Imagine the person who's supposed to deliver your package ended up stealing it. Crazy, right? That's exactly what this delivery driver did. He dropped off the package, took the pictures as proof, and then, a few seconds later, returned and swiped the package. The world really needs a reset. A trio arrived at a property on their bikes and casually entered. They swiped the keys from inside and nonchalantly took off with the Audi SQ5. It seems they were familiar with the homeowner. Given how smoothly they carried out the crime and grabbed the keys from inside, they definitely knew what they were doing. This guy showed up at someone's property late at night and started rifling through the mailbox. Makes you wonder what was so urgent that he had to come snooping around at that hour. Mail theft is a big issue affecting millions of Americans every year. Lately, there's been a spike in incidents, especially during the holidays when mail traffic is heavy. Thieves typically target personal checks, credit cards, and other sensitive financial info, which they can use for identity theft or fraud. This guy tried to steal a bike from someone's property, but little did he know the homeowner was watching. As soon as he realized he was caught red-handed, he bolted.
Excuse me? Excuse me. Oh, someone just tried breaking into Tommy's motorcycle bag.
It's kinda satisfying to see this jerk's plan get foiled. A 41-year-old man was home alone, enjoying some downtime, when a guy approached his gate and somehow managed to open it. As he succeeded, his accomplices followed suit. The entire group broke into the house, removed the security cameras, and then proceeded with their theft. It must have been a traumatic experience for the guy inside. These burglars haven't been arrested yet and are still on the run. On March 11, 2024, a trio cruising in their car decided to snatch a parked RAV4 in Coventry, England. They managed to unlock the car using the headlight wiring and then sped off with it. Despite filing a police report, these culprits haven't been apprehended and the car has yet to be found. 2 people targeted a car parked in someone's driveway and managed to unlock it after some effort. They then drove off with it. The car was found later, and the two thieves were arrested. This duo thought they'd pull a stunt and swipe packages containing expensive stuff at night, but their luck ran out when the homeowner reported the theft to the police, and thanks to the video evidence, both of them, along with the getaway driver, ended up getting arrested. Two bears were enjoying their meal when suddenly they got into a scuffle. You might be curious about how this fight wrapped up. Typically, fights between bears conclude when one establishes dominance or when the risk of fighting becomes too high, causing the less dominant bear to back off. Injuries sustained during fights can hinder a bear's ability to hunt or gather food, impacting their health well after the altercation. Outside a house, Christmas lights sparked a fire in the bushes. Luckily, a vigilant U.S. Postal Service worker spotted the flames and sprang into action. Using his water thermos, he managed to extinguish the fire before it could spread. A big shout out to this amazing postal worker for his quick thinking and dedication to keeping the neighborhood safe. It's heartening to see that good Samaritans like him still exist in today's world. A fire started in an office when a piece of paper ignited for unknown reasons. The fire gradually intensified and spread, engulfing the entire office and destroying all the essential documents. By the time the fire department was notified, the situation had escalated beyond control, and it took them a considerable amount of time to regain control. On July 17, 2021, in North Yorkshire, a trio set their sights on an Audi RS3 parked in someone's driveway, using a technique called a relay attack. This sneaky move typically involves two people. One lurks near the car with the targeted key fob, while the other waits by the house with a device that can grab the signal. Some of these gadgets can even snatch signals from over 100 meters away. In less than 2 minutes, they had the car in their possession.
bridge. Circle bridge. Where's the key at?
But here's the silver lining. Those bandits didn't get away with it for long. They were later nabbed, arrested, and guess what? The Audi RS3 was recovered too. Justice served. When nobody was at home, a fire erupted in one of the rooms for reasons unknown. It rapidly spread, filling the entire house with thick black smoke. A dense cloud of smoke enveloped the house. Fortunately, nobody was present, but witnessing your belongings and home burning before your eyes is a dreadful experience. In broad daylight, this guy had the audacity to show up at a house and swipe a bike in less than a minute, but he didn't realize he was being recorded. The homeowner wasted no time and called the police. Turns out the culprit lived right in the neighborhood. Thankfully, the bike was recovered and justice caught up with him. Around 1:30 a.m., a group of guys showed up at a house with some shady plans. Their target? A rugged quad bike. Even though the owner wasn't home, the alarm went off. But these thieves couldn't care less. They pushed on with their mission, and in just about 4 minutes, they hauled the bike out of the garage and made a getaway.
Quick. Keep kicking it. And it needs to talk up front. What's he doing that bullshit?
It seems like it's been an inside job. It's frustrating to think about how they could have put that time and effort into something productive, like finding a job. The police are hot on their trail, but these losers are still out there, causing trouble. In Port Elizabeth, a man attempted to pull a pit bull terrier over a fence, but he was caught in the act by the owner. The theft was reported to the police, and the culprit ended up behind bars. It's despicable to steal someone's beloved pet. This world can be truly messed up sometimes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.